because okay, so hi, welcome to Small Biz David's and Wex BLAB.
Well, thank you. What are you? You are a stand-up lead-in comedian. Thank you.
With very poor video quality today. This is not how you usually see me. I was jumping in before going out to walk my dog, and I just wanted to give props to Small Business David and WeWork, on getting their feet wet in BLAB territory. It is
we are already. This is already our second day today. So
okay. Well,
we're gonna do them for 12 more days because Vivek and I have developed a product that we are going to ultimately be selling, and so we are testing using BLAB as a marketing tool to generate leads and hopefully convert to sales. So we're in a testing phase with it, as well as a new product that we are just introducing.
And just like Ronnie Bincer was talking last night on a program, like how do you build trust in video? So this is what we're doing. We're putting ourselves out there. People can get to, see our vibe, understand our core message, our value, how we impart that. And then that is really the precursor to making the sale, of course. So I'm going to head on out. Nice to see you guys.
Thank you for taking time to join us. Thank
folks.
You. Okay.
Flock on in to get some good value today.
Thank you very much, Elaine.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was rather interesting and unplanned.
It is. That's
the beauty of blabbing.
Beauty of blabbing. Yes. I just pasted the audit form onto the Twitter stream on the right-hand side. Yes, David.
Well, thank you.
David.
Go. Let me explain the why of we are here today. The what is we are here today. Vivek, I was just thinking about that earlier today, and I represent the what of our relationship, and you represent the how of our relationship, and together we represent the why. I mean, what plus how equals why. how about that for a formula? I asked Simon Sinek what he thinks about that. But when you think about it, that's how it works. I come up with the marketing concepts, ideas, and I say, Vivek, how can we do this? How can we make it work? And you go to work and play around with it and see what you can do from an engineering and developing perspective. And then we come back together and it either works or it doesn't work. And either we want it to work or we don't want it to work. And then that's how we conduct business. And that's how we conduct business, but it's also an extremely important concept of collaboration. And you know how, you've heard me talk about collaboration a zillion times, that it's that kind of things that work, with you being the technology guru and me being the marketing and sales guru. Then we collaborate and create hopefully some value in the marketplace. Are you saying
guru is a term that I would not use for myself because I'm Hindu, and guru is a very revered term in Hinduism.
It's a very what term?
Guru is everything. Guru is
sacred term.
Yes, it is.
Well, I know you often,
but it has been so
abused,
and so. But
I apologize for that.
No, there is no. But the beauty of Hinduism itself is that it's more democratic than most other religions. I mean, anyway, that's an entire.
You know what, Vivek? I don't care what anybody else says. You're my guru. So whatever anybody else wants to say or do, that's okay. Well, just to explain the why to folks, for the last 5, 6, 7 months, Vivek and I have been collaborating, working on some ideas, developing some, and as we are getting ready to launch our businesses, to go into 2016. One of the important things that I share at this time of the year every year. We're a little early this year than I usually am, but that's okay. You're never too early. You can always be too late. So a mistake that small business owners make very clearly, and I've seen it every year for 40 plus years. We don't take time, adequate time, to step back from our businesses to understand what is working and why it is, what is not working and why it's not working. And those are important things to do in our business so we can move our businesses forward, not stay the same, not drop back, but move forward. And to that point, people like to talk about the 100-day plan. Well, I guess our plan is like a 118-day plan. We want you to start today. And Vivek and I have come up with 7 questions each. He has 7 technology questions. I have 7 marketing and sales questions, which we're going to show how provocative they are by the blabbing that we do with each one of those questions. But it's very important for you to go to IntegrateSimplifyLife.com. IntegrateSimplifyLife.com. That's a collaborative website that Vivek and I have developed. Take a look at that audit form and look at those questions. It gets you thinking about your business, your small business.
There's someone at the door. Just a minute.
Okay. If you take the time to fill out that questionnaire, and it's short, it'll take you as long as you want it to take you. They're not questions where you need to spend a lot of time, but you need to be able to come up with answers to each one of those questions. They are important to your business. So if you go to Integrate Simplify Life, there's an audit form on the lower right-hand side of the homepage. And if you take the time to fill it out and submit it, Vivek and I will take our time and share with you our thoughts about the answers to your questions, the answers to our questions, your answers to our questions, and we will share. I guarantee you that if you take the time to do it, you will get some value because, number one, first and foremost, we want you to have a successful 2015, but even more so, we want you to have a successful 2016. So today is the time to start to think about what is working in 2015, what isn't working, what do you need to fix so that 2016 will be a better year. Simple. Integrate. Simplify life.
Since this is a BLAB and I had to open a door for somebody to come in. Sorry about that. But David, did you ask the question? And
no, I was waiting for you to ask the question. It's your question.
Yeah. Typically, business owners start a business and then think of creating a website. Of course, there are few businesses who don't have a website even after running the business for a long, long time. they are businesses who are very local. They have their niche market, and they don't need to or want to reach out to anyone else. So, but those businesses are rare. They are more of a endangered species these days. So these days it is necessary to have a website for every business. Now, when you have a website, how are you going to build it? Are you going to hire someone and let them do it without much input from you, or are you going to work with them to build your website? Many times I have seen, let me give you a slightly different example. If you want to hire me to work for you, then it's going to cost you more. Whereas if you hire me to work with me, then it will be beneficial for both of us.
Interesting concept. I don't think I've ever heard you share that idea with me. That's a very provocative thought. Thank you, Vivek. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you an applause for that one, or those two hands over there, man. They're coming out. The people are streaming like crazy. Your numbers went up.
It's, yeah. When you just hire a web developer and expect them to develop a website for you without not much input from you, you're not working with them. You expect something to happen. They don't know what you want, so they would actually end up wasting more of their time, which means they would charge you more.
Vivek, let me put it into real-time perspective and share what you have done for me and my business in terms of website, because it's a very important lesson, if you will. I came to you with ideas, and then we brainstormed, what's the best way to execute, and so we've got an ongoing system and process, and it's working extremely well for me. I lose all sense of time, so help me out. When did we start building and developing dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com?
Probably a few months ago.
No, I was going to say it was at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Well, it was close to the beginning of the year because it was in the first quarter of the year, I think we started. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We started building a website. Actually, it was a relaunch of an old website that I created 7 years ago, dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com. So we spent a lot of time, Vivek and I, to try to develop a website first from a marketing and sales concept. What is it that we wanted to accomplish? Why did we want to accomplish it? And then Vivek was going to create the how. How are we going to do it on that website? So we built dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com. I invite you to go there and let us know what you think of our work. So about starting in September of last year. No, dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com was out there before we started doing the book. So it was, anyway, we lose all sense of time. We're having so much fun doing this. I started publishing a video book. I have published a couple books, one of my own, one I worked with in a collaborative effort of publishing. And my 2015 plan was going to be publish a video book. I didn't know what a video book was going to look like. I conceptually knew what it was going to look like. I didn't know what the end product was going to be. So I have produced a lot of Hangouts on Air. As a matter of fact, I have produced over 300 Hangouts on Air. And so I was going to use that technology to actually do the video, a part of the book. And so I did an HOA just like I do any HOA, very, very specific topic matter. And we created that pretty quickly, 20 chapters of the book. And Vivek decided the best way to execute that was going to be on a Google site, which dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com is on a Google site. It is a Google site. And Vivek wanted to just create an extension to that site that would be the home of the book. So essentially now, in order for, you don't buy a book as such, you buy a subscription to a book, and that subscription continues to grow. Every month we add new chapters or try to add new chapters to the book. So we did it on a website, and I encourage you to go to dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com, and at the top there's a tab that says video book, and just click on that tab, and then you'll see actually a whole new second site that was created for. You'll see a landing page, but that evolves into a site that Vivek developed. So yeah, that's the concept. And as we were building it and developing it, I said to Vivek probably 100 different times, us doing what we're doing today is dramatically different than the first website I built in. I didn't build it. I marketed and sold it, and somebody else, another developer, built it back in 2000. And it's a different ball game today, and it's different because of technology. I am not a technology expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I know who to call for any technology question that I have. The most creative technology mind that I've ever met, and I've met a lot of them over the years. I'm, of course, talking about Vivek, and his ability to listen, to understand, to try to understand what the business concept is, ask the questions that he knows to ask about the business concept. And by the way, if he's not asking all the questions, he knows he can bring me in to the discussion, and I'll help, ask the questions that need to be asked. But then the end product is something totally reflective of what it needs to be. And the beauty of it is you can dynamically change that. So if something isn't working as it should today, you can fix it today, and in the next hour it will be working properly, or test a new idea in an hour. Those concepts are extremely important for the small business owner. Extremely important, because we have to be able to take advantage of the opportunity of the moment. And that's what all this technology does. It helps us to understand what's happening at the moment and create a more efficient way to work that into the system that has to be in place with your small business. The website is part of your system. It's an extremely important part of your system, because that's what you share with the rest of the world. That's how the rest of the world says, wow, I like this, or I don't think they know what they're talking about. I'm not going to spend time here. Let me go to another. Let me surf the web and find another site. So, is that a pretty good case study, if you will, Vivek?
It is. And Mario Patrano, I hope I pronounced the name correctly. That's his or her Twitter handle. He's asking a few questions. What about when techniques come along? What would you do from those obsolete chapters?
Let me answer that question first. Mario, there is no such thing as an obsolete chapter. It may get upgraded, but it's not obsolete, because I will have basic business concepts in every single chapter. And then what happens on a month-to-month basis, new things happen. Case in point, just this week, chapter 19 of my book was about a friend of mine. His name is Wayne Meter, and Wayne has embarked on a journey on a bike across the United States, starting in Eastern Alabama and ending up in San Francisco, California. So this week, Wayne, does he need to turn something on? Vivek, I'm hearing some back echo.
Mario has joined us. Say hello.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Nice meeting you.
Mario, you need to.
Sorry?
Yeah, there is an echo coming from you.
Yeah, I'll turn it off. 1 second.
There you go. Good job. Now? Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so
actually, I really enjoy your topics and all your subjects. And David, you answered that question exactly what I was hoping you would do, because I'm a very critical thinker, and I was about to write it, but then here, hey, it says Wake Integra. What's your real name?
My name is Vivek.
Could you write that down here?
Yeah.
Well, he said you might jump in, and you answered exactly how I would think about a book.
Mm-hmm.
I just would make references from like a beginning chapter saying, hey, this is actually information from the past. And now it's just going to carry on in let's say chapter 25 with the more updated version, because I actually think people need to see the past before they actually understand the present.
And to that point, Mario, you are building the case of why I did a video book as opposed to traditional. I mean, I've published books. I've published in the very traditional way. In 2007, I published a book myself. I wrote it. I actually went to a printer and negotiated the manufacturing of that book. So I've done all those things, but I wanted to create something that is dynamic, and that's why I chose the route of a video book. If I see something, hear something, learn something that is new to me, or I think, wow, I want to share that information within the context of my book, in the next hour, I can do a BLAB, I can do an HOA, I can do whatever it is I want to update that chapter. And I started to say that chapter 19 was originally written months ago, even before Wayne started his bike journey across the country. Now he's halfway across the country in his bike journey. And so I did an update to his chapter. What's happened along the way? Where are you today? What are the lessons to be learned? What are you headed for tomorrow? And so we updated chapter 19 that way.
Actually, I want to write a book sometime. And actually, I think I probably have it written 100%, because it's not written. I have an audio.
It's in your head.
Sorry?
It's in your head.
No, it's not in my head. Actually, I record every thought that I have sometimes. I just record and start speaking, or maybe, and I'm not lying to you, I probably have a whole box of notebooks.
I understand clearly.
And they all relate together. The point is just typing it again. And I know that when I start typing and try to create it into a real book, there's more ideas and more ideas and more things are going to come up, because new experiences have already come into my head.
Mm-hmm.
My recommendation to you on that would be to find an efficient way for you to transcribe your audio, and then you'll have something written. You might play around with it a little bit till you find exactly what's going to work. But Vivek and I have talked about what you are challenged with many, many times. And if we can be of any help to you, let us know how we can be of help.
Do both of you guys work together?
We communicate virtually every single day of every year.
Where are you from, Mario?
I'm actually originally from Puerto Rico, but I live with my wife over here in the Dominican Republic.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm studying here, and I'm also working here. So yeah, everything's good right now.
Vivek lives in the UK. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. And through the beauty of technology, this is the second time today that we have communicated. We probably did our first communication, about 5 or 6 o'clock this morning, Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. We just, that's how we do it. And that's the beauty of technology, being able to do those kind of things.
And these are the kinds of things that I like about BLAB, because people just don't understand when I'm talking about BLAB, because they haven't seen it, they haven't tried it, they haven't experienced it. But right now,
Same goes with the Hangouts on air. Google brought that technology, but people.
This is better.
It depends on the perspective.
You're talking about two hardcore Hangout technology people. It's not better. It's different.
It's different.
It's got some strengths that Hangouts do not have. And keep in mind and watch this closely. There's a lot, and Vivek and I know most of them. There's a lot of people who have spent a lot of time with Hangouts, me included. Mm-hmm. Actually, a common friend of ours is a gentleman by the name of Ronnie Bincer. And Ronnie Bincer's handle is actually the Hangout Helper. He knows more about Google Hangouts than any person on this earth, probably.
Yeah, but I find out that people here are actually a lot more helpful and more willing to teach their knowledge than Google Hangouts.
Well, let me finish my thought. That may or may not be the case, but Ronnie just yesterday, or I think was the first time, announced that he was doing his first BLAB, and he was going to be talking about the power of marketing in video, which is developing trust through video marketing. Kind of, I don't know.
Really
that is the major component. How easy it is to use it. That makes it. That makes people use it more, which makes it more useful.
It's simplicity.
Yeah, simplicity.
Integrate,
Google's Hangout
life.
Yeah, Google's Hangout provides you so many features. It also, in a way, it makes sure that about your identity and so on and so forth. It has some features which newcomers may find confusing, not required, or as a hindrance, and often people are scared of getting into anything that is Google.
Anything that's what?
Anything that is Google.
Yeah, that's true, because people are sometimes afraid of not actually feeling and touching the tangible aspects of life. Right now, with technology, you can do so many things just by looking at a screen, just sitting at home. And actually, I think BLAB, because I've actually met so many people here and also on Meerkat. I don't know if you guys know that app. It's like a Periscope for live streaming.
Yeah,
I've heard about it.
So many communications with them, and I've made so many business decisions with these people that I'm just sitting here right home, and I'm actually earning a paycheck from. Well, I have to work, but no, I might be earning like, I don't know, let's say $100 a month for just trying to help this guy from Meerkat, you know? So I've actually made some really, really nice connections from people over the time. And I haven't even met them like physically, just by interacting with them.
That's the concept. And yeah, we're new to this technology. This is the third time I've done something. I was in somebody else's BLAB, and this is the second BLAB that Vivek and I have produced, and we have 12 more.
Are you guys recording this one?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Not only are we recording it, I was going to get to that. We created a Hangout event page.
Okay.
And just yesterday, Vivek figured out how to take this BLAB and put it on the event page. So when you go to the event page, it kind of looks like it might be a Hangout, but it's not a Hangout, it's the BLAB.
Oh, so you're transferring the 4 screens into your web page.
Correct. Well, and into
modify it to everything you want.
Well, it's how we live. We integrate. We simplify. That's our theme. That's our mantra. That and being small business owners, we want to be as efficient as we possibly can. Definitely. And so when we can repurpose, multi-purpose, multitask, if you will, we put all those things together, and that's why. Vivek is an extremely valuable member of our partnership because he could figure anything out from a technology. If he can't figure it out, Nobody can.
So one of you guys is a software developer, and right or no?
Vivek is software, hardware, not hardware. He's software. He writes code. He does whatever you need. I'm the marketing and sales guy. That's what I do.
Yeah, one compensates the other. That's actually really
wow.
Good.
This guy gets it, Vivek. He gets what we're all about.
Because I've actually been in business. I'm actually 24 years old, but I actually had my first job when I was 12, and I created my first company when I was 15.
Mario, hey, write this down, or we'll post it. I want you to. I developed a community in Google. It's only about a year old now, and it's called Dreaming with Entrepreneurs in Google Plus.
I looked it up right now, and it did not come up on Google.
It better come up on Google.
Could you write it down here?
Vivek will write it down for you. We have probably, I don't know, 1,400 members, close to 1,400 members, and we have a really interesting dynamic that goes on. And the interesting dynamic, and I've got to figure out how to make it work, and maybe you're the one to help me make it work. I have more folks living outside of the United States in that community than I have living in the United States, which is pretty unusual. There's folks from all over the world, and I want to engage more small business owners like yourself, so we can talk about your small business culture and how can do we have some advice, or how can we collaborate where your small business culture is, where our small business culture is. I mean, Vivek and I mean, he lives in the UK, so I learn a lot about how business is conducted in the UK, but it's not as important in the cyber world that we live in. You know, we're online, so we kind of, the rules and regulations, if you will, the culture comes from an online perspective.
Exactly.
Mario, I have pasted the link to dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com website. On the website, you would see join our G+ community. There is a big button there.
Perfect. I will do that. I actually started my first business as I had my personal trainer degree in nutritionist when I was actually 16. But when I was 15, I was actually very involved in the fitness industry. So I created shirts, wristbands, gloves, and all that stuff for people. And I
teach exercise.
Yeah, for exercising.
I teach exercise. I'm an exercise instructor. Yeah, I teach 8 to 10 classes a week.
That's awesome. Well, I did that and actually competed in the 205 category for bodybuilding a few times, and actually promoted my business on that. And I actually made it to the IFBB Pro Division for amateurs, but actually I quit because I wanted to start studying and stuff. And right now I actually help people online every time they want help with fitness and instructing and stuff. And actually, I lived in New Zealand when that happened. So now living over here in the Dominican Republic, I can still teach my clients and actually talk to them once in a while, and actually if they have any questions or anything. But now
your shoulders are so broad they don't even fit in the camera.
No, I lost a lot of weight from school and from work. I don't have time to actually train. So right now, and changing the topic a little bit from fitness, I joined my uncle in his company. He owns a lot of exclusivity for cribs and stuff for kids, and I'm actually putting the website down here so you guys can take a look at it.
I hate to appear rude, but we're way over time in terms of what Vivek and I were going to contribute to this BLAB today. Let's pick up on this discussion, and please join the Dreaming with Entrepreneurs in Google Plus community, because I want you in there, and I want to get you involved in the community, and you can start making friends and business relationships all around the world. And I like your energy, and I like your creative thinking, and you are a critical thinker, and we need more young folks like you who do that.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. I just clicked, it says join the community, and then I just said ask to join, and that's all I need to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll see that, and in the next 10 minutes I'll okay it, and you're out, and you're a member, man. It's that easy.
Thanks for that, guys.
I have to do this BLAB. Vivek, we'll talk later because there's some unfinished business you and I have.
I put here the link of the company that I actually manage with my uncle right now. We have a few franchises, so you guys can take a look at it if you guys want.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Okay, David, closing thoughts for today?
Wait a second.
Hey, take care, guys. I'm actually getting a call right now. I'm listening to you guys, but I have to take this call. Take care.
Okay.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, cheers. Bye.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question, Vivek.
Yeah, your closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. Things are happening, and it's good. We're building traction. This is our second attempt, and we're getting some good data. Why we're doing what we're doing. We're getting some good data to substantiate it, to validate it, and thank you, Vivek, for being my technology collaborative partner. Thank you.
Okay, so I would. I'm going to end this.
Well, but before you end it, real quickly, tomorrow at 11:30.
11:30.
Eastern Standard Time, same time we started today.
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay tomorrow at that time?
Yeah, same time. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Folks. We're blabbing tomorrow, and it'll be a marketing and sales question that we have, and we'll post it, and we look forward to seeing you the next time, which may very well be the best time.
Yeah. All I would say is integrate, simplify life.
I love it.
Thank you. Bye.